Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Whew, that was fast. Alright folks, it's the big celebration. Hooray! We are at Attack of the Clones, the novel written by R.A. Salvatore. And of course I don't have to tell you what this one's about. It's about the movie. Now, I'm going to say a lot of the things that I said in my episode 1 novel review here. In saying that if you are not reading this book, because you said, well, Matt, I didn't like the movie. A lot of people didn't like Attack of the Clones. In fact, I think out of the 6, it's generally seen as the worst of them all. Even though, in my opinion, it is not the worst. I would maybe say episode 1. Sorry. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I love all Star Wars, even the prequels. But anyway, Attack of the Clones, the novel, definitely worth your time. Now, there's a lot of things in this novel that weren't in the movie. And George let a lot of stuff go in there, so a lot of EU stuff that really makes sense. In fact, again, just like the episode 1 novel, I would say that the novelization of the movie is better than the movie, if that makes sense. R.A. Salvatore is a great writer. He did a lot of fantasy books, and the EU knows him as the guy who killed off Chewbacca in New Jedi Order, which is something we'll talk about when I am 60, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, they gave him the opportunity to write episode 2, the novelization. And even though it's never been spoken about, I have a theory. You see, R.A. Salvatore got a lot of hate for killing off Chewbacca in New Jedi Order years prior. Really bad hate. Every author came to his defense saying it wasn't, Bob's call. It was, the decision of Lucasfilm, actually George Lucas, right? And, that's not Bob's fault. But fans were just outraged by, R.A. Salvatore at the time. So I believe that Sue Rustoni, handed out the olive leaf, the peace branch, to R.A. Salvatore and said, come on, we want you to write the novelization to the movie because we respect you. We are all for you. We're going to show these fans that, we do trust you with our Star Wars books. Now, that's just my opinion. I don't know what the real story is. They may have just picked him out of a hat or whatnot. But anyway, he is a great author. I have a lot of his Forgotten Realms stuff. And the earlier stuff, it was really good. I kind of stopped reading because, and if there's any fantasy fans out there, I'm sorry, but the Forgotten Realms stuff is kind of bubblegum pop fantasy, and a little bit more action than words. And Salvatore doesn't write like that in the Star Wars universe. It's kind of interesting how he changes up his writing style, unlike other authors. But for Star Wars, he did things a little differently, and I really like his thought process and how he went through this book. Folks, if you're not reading the prequel books, you'd say, Matt, I don't like the prequels, so I don't want to read the prequel books. Again, I think you're doing yourself a disservice here, especially with the novelizations. I've already told you episode 1 was better than the movie, and I'm going to go ahead and call episode 2, the novelization, better than the actual movie. Now, I don't want to spoil any of the extra bits that are in there. You can find that out for yourself, but it makes more sense reading that book than it would watching the movie. Not that the movie's confusing. I'm just saying you get a lot more out of the book, in my opinion, I think. All right. Well, I guess I'll see you next week as we start our trek through the Clone Wars timeline.